Your brain registers saving money the same way it registers physical pain. That's not a metaphor, that's neuroscience. That's why saving feels impossible even when you desperately want to do it. Let me show you exactly what's happening. Meet Sarah, 32, makes $72,000 a year, $300 saved total. Sarah isn't careless with money. She sets up automatic transfers every single month. But 2 weeks later, something comes up. Car, birthday, flight, and every time she transfers the money back out because she has to. Tom's her coworker, makes the same $72,000. They get paid the same day, direct deposit every other Friday. Tom has $28,000 saved, and he never thinks about it. Sarah asked him, "How do you do it?" Tom says, "I don't know. I don't really see the money." Sarah thinks Tom has willpower she doesn't have. That's not what's happening. Tom's brain works exactly the same as Sarah's, but Tom built a system that works with his brain. Sarah's fighting against hers. 3 years of trying. Sarah has $300 saved. Tom has $28,000. The gap? $27,700. But here's the part Sarah doesn't see. Sarah's wired wrong. She values right now way more than later. There's a name for this, present bias. $100 today feels more valuable than $200 next year, even though you'd be losing money. Your brain screams yes when you get something now, and whispers maybe when you save for later. When Sarah sees her checking account, something in her says, you have money, you can afford this. New boots, dinner out, concert tickets. Each time she thinks, I earned this. Sarah's standing in a store holding $140 boots. Her brain is screaming, yes, now. The future? Silent. Saving does the opposite. Moving money to savings feels like losing money right now. It feels like sacrifice, like punishment for working hard. Here's the crazy part. When scientists scan people's brains while they're saving money, the same areas light up as when you stub your toe. Your brain thinks saving is danger. So every time Sarah tries to save, something screams, danger, loss, stop. Sarah pulls up her banking app, goes to transfer $800, and she winces. Actually winces, like it hurts. The bigger the amount, the louder the alarm. Saving $400 feels way harder than saving $40. Sarah knows all this. She's read the articles. She understands she's wired this way. Doesn't make it any easier. First, Sarah's brain says, you can afford this. Then it says, you earned this. Then it screams, you need this. And this is where your brain makes it even worse. Month 1, Sarah commits, $500 saved. White knuckles it for 30 days, makes it to the end of the month, $500 saved. She feels accomplished. Week 5, fridge breaks, $700 repair. Savings back to zero. She tries again. This time, budgeting app, daily tracking, every single purchase color-coded. Lasts 3 weeks. The app makes her feel guilty every time she buys coffee. She deletes it. Then she tries everything. $1-a-day challenges, spare change jars, even gets an accountability partner. Works until her friend's wedding. She pays for the hotel, the gift, the dress. Savings wiped out again. Tom's not trying. Money keeps piling up. He has expenses, emergencies. Somehow, savings just grow. 3 years later, Sarah, $400. Tom, $28,000. Sarah thinks she's broken. She thinks she lacks discipline. She thinks everyone else has some secret she doesn't know. She's right about that last part. Sarah doesn't lack willpower. Willpower is the wrong tool for this job. Willpower runs out. You use it all day at work, with your kids, saying no to donuts in the break room. By the time you're deciding whether to save, your willpower tank is empty. You default to spend now, save later. Tom isn't using willpower. Tom never sees the money. Tom's paycheck hits, $600 disappears as savings instantly before he can even think, hey, that's mine. Tom looks at his checking account, sees $2,400. That's what he has to spend. He accepts this as reality. He never experiences the pain of saving. The money was never his to begin with. Tom didn't beat his brain. He just stopped fighting it. Sarah asked Tom to show her his setup. He pulls up his direct deposit. $600 per paycheck goes strict to savings. The rest to checking. Sarah sets up the same thing. $400 per paycheck. Goes to a separate bank she doesn't even have an app for. Makes it harder to steal back. Next paycheck arrives, $2,600 in checking. $400 already in savings. She didn't even see it leave. first time in 3 years she saved without white-knuckling, without feeling deprived. Month 3, car repair, $600, pays from checking, doesn't touch savings because in her mind, that savings account doesn't exist. It's not her money right now. It belongs to the version of her 6 months from now. For the first time in years, Sarah stops checking her balance obsessively. The anxiety is gone. There's no decision to make anymore. Month 6, she logs into that other bank, $4,800 saved. She forgot it was even there. 18 months later, $16,000 saved, more than she saved in the previous 10 years combined. Same salary, same life, different system. Sarah finally gets it. Saving money isn't about willpower. It's about making the money disappear before you can decide. Your brain will always choose now over later. That's not weakness. That's just how brains work. Sarah and Tom still had the same salary, same life. But Sarah finally understands Tom never had more willpower. He just had a better system. Build a system where the money disappears before you can spend it. If there's no decision to make, you don't need willpower. If this explained why saving feels impossible, subscribe. Every week I show you what your brain does with money.